We're gonna learn the most basic stuff about harmony that you learn in the first semester at Berkeley in about 5 minutes. This goes out to all you real basic bitches. And trust me, it hurts me more than it hurts you. I feel like Alex from Clockwork Orange. I'm about to throw up just doing it because I've done it so many times. But here it goes. All right, everything in the key of C. So, if you take the C major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? If you don't know that, you need to know that. Fuck is wrong with you? But let's say you know that, okay? So if we stack thirds, if we just take the thirds that exist in the scale, we can make chords. That means we take C, we don't take D. We take E, we don't take F. We take G, we don't take A, and we take B. So we get a 4-part harmony. Harmony is built on stacking thirds in scales, in parent scales. So if I do that from every degree, from the 1, from the 2, from the 3, from the 4, from the 5, from the 6, and from the 7, I get these structures. It's gonna go 1 major 7. I know some of you are like, well, I know this. I know, but it's important. We're getting somewhere. So 2 minor 7, 3 minor 7. I'm playing everything in closed position. 4 major 7, 5 7, which is the important one. 6 minor 7. We're gonna get 7 half diminished, meaning minor 7 flat 5, back to 1 major 7. A cadence. This is what this whole thing is about, and this is what all the videos after this are going to be about. We're going to make a little series teaching you Berkeley harmony, right? Or the harmony you learn in college. You should never pay for college. If you're there, you should quit. And if you're about to send your kids, please don't. Send them to learn something useful, like fixing a toilet or something. There's a phenomena in music called a cadence. A cadence refers to the 5 chord in your scale resolving to the 1 chord. So a G7 in C moving to C. If you take a look at the voices inside that G7, meaning the notes that make up that chord, I get a G, a B, a D, and an F. There's a thing called a leading tone. That's the 3rd of G. It's the 7th note in the major scale. It's that B note, right? That B. Where does it want to go? B, ba, right? So that 3rd of G moving up to the root of C, and at the same time, the flatted 7th of that G, that F resolves down a half step to the 3rd of C. That sound together, that tritone they make inside the G, between that F and B note, moving to the E and C, is the foundation of all of classical harmony and really all of jazz harmony. So this level 1 Berkeley harmony is diatonic harmony, and this is the big thing in it. It's just understanding that there's this thing called a cadence, and this G7 to C motion is called the primary dominant. The next level from there is to create secondary dominants. If I take that same principle of a primary dominant moving to a tonic chord, and now I want to do that to every degree in my diatonic scale. But right now we're not talking about it. The tricky thing here is that there's not much you can do to practice it, because it's not really a practice thing. It's a concept. You need to understand it. So what is it that you're understanding? Well, you're understanding that the 5th chord in the major scale is responsible for generating this tension that resolves to the 1 chord. This sound. So that's the sound of the primary dominant in that key. So when I have, let's say, motion of chords that are all diatonic from my 2 minor, 3 minor, 4, I go 5, 7, 1, then we call that a cadence, right? Just recognizing that sound. This video is really meant to just clear that up in your mind. I feel like throwing up. This is the last time I'm explaining this to anybody. Cool. Subscribe to this channel. Like this. Do all the things. You know what to do. Leave a comment. Ring the bell. And join our Patreon. And look for that second video that's coming out about secondary dominance.